Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for coming. It's the first time we've met in a really long time, isn't it? I'm sorry we haven't met in happier circumstances. Yes, me too. I'm really sorry for your loss. I was so shocked when the kids told me what had happened. I'm sorry that I can't say anything that will comfort you or make you feel better in the slightest. I know to some extent how you are feeling, though, having lost my husband as well. Still, you've come a long way. Thank you so much for coming. Coming all this way to be with us is more than I could have hoped for. Dave, why don't you go and get something to eat with your mom? Kathy, you can go with them.
Okay, Mom. The food is just over there. Let's find a table and get something to eat. You must be hungry after your long journey down here.
Kathy, didn't you say that your coworkers were coming too? I'll go and get something to eat with Mom. Maybe you should go and find your coworkers and eat with them. They've come a long way too, after all. Okay. There are lots of other people to greet, so I'll be fine here. You all go along and get something to eat a minute.
Sure. Enjoy your food.
Why did you just tell Kathy to go and eat with her coworkers, Dave? I've come a long way to be here. Surely it's only polite for her to eat here with me. Kathy's coworkers didn't have to be here, but they've come all the way down here to support her, haven't they? Surely she should pay them some attention as well. Why? Does it make you feel bad that Kathy isn't eating with us? Of course it does! I'm annoyed that my own son told my daughter-in-law to go and eat with someone else when I was standing right next to her, and I'm annoyed with her for just going without even questioning it and leaving straight away like that. Is that so wrong? I don't really see what the problem is, if I'm honest. I'm eating with you. It's not like we just left you alone to go and eat with someone else now, is it? Anyway, let's eat. I only had some chips on the way down. I'm really hungry now. Sure, Mom. You said you were going to get the bus back a bit later, didn't you? I'll give you a lift to the bus station. It's pretty hard to get a taxi here in the countryside, you know. Okay, thanks. It's going to take ages for me to get home. The roads are always so busy, aren't they? The journey feels endless when you're just sitting there in traffic. I don't think it'll be too busy if you leave before the evening rush hour. It's not so busy during the week, I find. You should be back in about 1 hour, I'd imagine. 1 hour with no traffic is still a very long way, isn't it? I thought you said this was the town center anyway. Why is it so empty and backwards looking? I was really surprised when I was going through what you said was the town center in my taxi on the way here. The apartments don't even look like proper apartments. Backward? Why did you call it that? Of course, being a small town in the countryside, it's not as well developed as the big cities that you're used to. But the people here get on fine. Just as well as people in the cities, you know. I really don't think I could live here, even if you begged me to. There's no subway. There's a huge wait between buses. I haven't seen a proper supermarket. It must be so inconvenient living here. I really don't know how Sue has lived in a tiny place like this for over 30 years. Of course there's a supermarket. Of course the stores and things are a bit smaller than they are in big cities, but there's everything you need here as well. They've always had a car too, so there's been no real need for them to use buses or the subway anyway. Even if there is a supermarket, I bet it isn't even a quarter of the size of the one near my place. Do they even get deliveries? It just looks so derelict here that I don't think there would be anyone to do it, that's all. You seem really prejudiced about the countryside, Mom. You're talking like we're in the 1960s or 70s. There's everything you need here now. You can get early morning deliveries just like in the cities, and nearly everything comes the next day if you order it before late evening. Everything works just the same nowadays. Unless you are living like on top of a mountain or something, maybe. Why are you getting annoyed at me anyway? Because you're talking rubbish, that's why. Don't talk to anyone else in that way about the countryside. They'll talk about you behind your back. They'll hate it. Don't say anything against the countryside to Kathy or her mom especially. I'm just telling the truth. What is there not to like? Surely everyone knows that living in the city is better anyway. Especially living in the capital city like I do. It's the most well-developed place in the whole country. There's a great subway system, lots of buses coming all the time, and there's lots of transportation to other parts of the country as well. It's so convenient and does everything you could possibly want or need close by. That is true, but you can't go around saying that cities are the best and the countryside is backwards and derelict. Do you really think that that is the case? We aren't out in the wilderness or anything after all, are we? It's still the same country, and I don't think you should be looking down on the countryside like this. It's not right. I'm not looking down on it. I'm just saying it how it is. If you told the people who live here that you were going to give them a house for free and asked them if they wanted the house to be built here or in the city, I bet they'd all choose the city. Why else do you think that young people all leave places like this to live and work in the city? Because the city is obviously the best. That's why. You really don't get what I'm saying, do you? After all, Kathy moved away too, didn't she? If, like you said, living in the city was no better than living here, why did Kathy go to college in the city? And why does she still live and work there now? If living here was so great, surely she'd have gone to college here and got a house close to her mom. You just don't get it at all, do you? On the whole, the facilities like colleges and the infrastructure are better in the cities, which makes it more comfortable to live in them. However, that doesn't mean that the countryside is derelict and backwards and no one can or wants to live here. That's what I'm saying. The problem is with your attitude that it's only the cities that are good and everywhere else is backwards. I also don't see why I have to explain this to you at my father-in-law's wake. I'm just going to go to the bathroom a second. You stay here. I think I'm going to end up getting really mad if I have to stay here quarreling with you any longer. I haven't even finished what I was saying! Where on earth does he think he's going? Dave! Wait! Has Sophie already left? Yes. She said that she was going to leave late tonight, but it's getting close to her finals in college and she's got lots to do, so I told her to go back earlier. She said that she pulled an all-nighter last night so that she could come here today, so I thought that if I sent her home now, she'd still have time to study for a bit longer before she went to bed. She must be really tired, you know. I was going to drop her off at her dormitory on my way home. She didn't need to get the bus back. It's fine. It isn't even on your way home, is it? She can get the bus home and then you can drive straight home without wasting any time going out of your way to drop Sophie off. There's a bus that goes from here to near her college anyway. It's not a problem. It's only a little bit out of our way. Anyway, thank you so much for coming down here to spend your dad's birthday with me. I would have been so lonely on my own. You both must be really tired, taking the afternoon off work and driving down here. You helped with dinner and everything. I'm so grateful to you.
It's nothing. It would have been Dad's birthday. It's only right we come down to spend it with you, even if it does make us a bit tired. It's only a day, isn't it?
I agree with Kathy. Thanks anyway. Let's sit down here and have a coffee. There's something that I want to talk to the two of you about.
Oh? What's that then? You've made me really curious now.
Well, after your father passed away and I've had to live here all by myself, I've had a lot of time to think, you see. I feel bad about you all having to come so far to see me and all that traffic on holidays and birthdays and things like that, and I don't know if I will be able to look after this house and the garden on my own. So, I was thinking about maybe moving to the city. I still have a lot to think about and a lot to research, but I thought it would be good if I moved into an apartment in your neighborhood.
Really? We'd love it if you lived closer to us, wouldn't we?
Sure we would. Kathy said she was a bit worried about you living on your own so far away from her, so we were actually thinking about coming here to see you more often. But if you were to move closer, it would be much better. Really? You don't think it would be bothersome having your mother-in-law close by then? Of course not. My mom already lives nearby anyway. If you live close too, that would be the icing on the cake. I'm sure Kathy would feel more settled as well with you living close by. It would also make visiting you easier, as you said, especially on holidays when the whole country is trying to move at the same time and the roads are gridlocked.
Yes, of course I'd love it. Get your things in order and come up as soon as you can. I bet Sophie would be pleased as well. It only takes about half an hour from our place to her college when it's not busy, you see.
Yeah, I'm sure she would. I was thinking that when Sophie graduates next year and tries to find a job in the city, that it would be easier if I was nearby so that she could carry on living at home for a while. It would be a great way for her to save some money while she's starting out, at least. That was another reason I was thinking about moving, you know.
Even if you sell this house prices in the city will be a lot higher. I don't know what you would be able to afford there. How much were you thinking of spending on an apartment? It's a lot easier to go to an estate agent and look for places if you have a rough estimate of what you are looking to spend first, you know?
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I should have plenty of money. Money shouldn't be a problem. When I was sorting out your father's affairs before, I found some documents for some land that he said he was going to buy a long time ago so that we could have some money coming in after we retired. Anyway, a few big companies are due to relocate to near the place where he bought the land, and its value has risen a lot. It's right next to where the companies are going to build their offices, you see. There's going to be a new school and new apartments built in that area.
Oh, really? It was clever of Dad to buy land in a place like that.
Yeah. The land prices have been slowly rising since last year, but people are saying that they have reached their peak now. So if you're planning on selling, now is the best time. Anyway, so I was planning to sell that to get enough money to get a nice apartment in the city. After all, that would also be a good investment for the future. With the money from your father's life insurance, this house, the land, and some other savings that me and your father have, I'm sure I'll have plenty. I'm planning to use all of that, excluding a bit I'm putting aside to use in my old age, to get an apartment.
That's a really good idea. It was really lucky that Dad bought land in such a good place, wasn't it?
It all must have been a sign to allow you to move up to be near us. Maybe it's Dad watching over you. It's all great timing after all. If you're looking for an apartment in the city, money is the most important thing. But if you have that, it shouldn't be that difficult to find you somewhere. When you have time, if you have a look to see what kind of apartment and what kind of area you would like to live in, let us know and we can go and visit a few different places together. That sounds great. I'm really grateful that you've agreed to help me out. I didn't even know where to start to tell you the truth. When I move near you, I'll make sure to keep a good supply of all the food you like, Dave, so you can come over and eat whenever you want. That sounds amazing. Ribs and soup for me, please. Of course. I'd even go on a course and learn to make it if I couldn't make something that you wanted to eat.
Anyway, however much you adore your son-in-law, you're looking at him in a way that you don't even look at me, your own daughter now.
He's always so kind and says the nicest things. I can't help it. He's so handsome, too. What's not to love? Your father loved him, too. He always said how trustworthy and dependable Dave was. Oh, what on earth is wrong with me? Laughing one minute and crying the next. I must be going mad. Mom, here's a tissue. You're bound to think about Dad a lot and miss him. It's only natural, especially after living together for so long like the two of you did. When I come here, I still think that he's going to want me to play chess with him. It makes me feel quite sad. I don't think I'll ever have the chance to play chess again. When you move, we'll be around so much that you won't even have the chance to feel lonely, okay? So don't sit inside crying on your own. Understood? Understood. Thank you for saying those lovely things to me, Dave.
I knew that he was warm and kind, but I feel really grateful to him for looking after Mom the way he has since Dad died. I better make more of an effort with his mom as well.
What do you think of this coat? Do you think it puffs out too much around my waist? Maybe I need to try a smaller size. I'm not sure about the line. It seems a bit off to me. What do you think?
I'm not sure. You're going to wear a lot of layers in the winter, so I think this size would be fine. But you're the one who's going to be wearing it in the end, so you should choose what you like and what you'd feel comfortable wearing. That's the most important thing. Do you want to try a smaller size and see how it looks?
I think so. I think I like this color better. It's really bright. It makes my skin look a lot lighter, doesn't it?
Yes, I think that color suits you a lot better. What do you think, Dave?
I think they both look great. There's no point in asking him. He'd say it looked great even if I was wearing a plastic bag. This is why I couldn't go shopping before the two of you got married, you see. The only response I ever get from him is that something's great, nice, or lovely. Men are pretty useless when it comes to shopping, aren't they? I'm only saying that they look good because they do. Kathy, don't you think your mom would look great in this padded jacket? I think it'd really suit her. What do you think?
Oh, yes! I think Mom would really like it. It's exactly her style.
Shall we buy her one as a present? I think the padded jacket that she has at the moment is a bit thin for the winter. This one would be much better. You know her size, don't you?
Yes, of course. I'll go and see if they have it in this color.
That jacket looks really nice. I'm sure your mom will love it.
She will, right?
Sure. I expect there aren't any department stores like this anywhere near your mom's place, so she won't be able to go shopping for clothes like this, will she? If she wanted to buy clothes, she'd probably have to go to the market or a tiny little clothes store. She'll love it if you do buy her something like that.
Mom, there might not be an actual department store there, but they have all the brand shops in the town center. She can buy anything she wants there.
Oh, the town center! Oh, yes. In little places like that, you have to go to a specific place to go to the stores, don't you? In the city, there are department stores and outlets dotted around everywhere, so we don't even really have town centers, do we? Town center! How cute!
Why is that funny?
It just is. When I went to your dad's funeral, I saw your town center, didn't I? The place you're saying is good and calling the town center doesn't even have as many shops as just a normal street in my neighborhood. It just sells carryover products and things that they want to get rid of quickly. Why don't you get your mom some other clothes, too, while you're here? She won't be able to see the new lines where she lives, of course. I can just come here shopping whenever I feel like it, you see. Mom, I told you not to talk like that, didn't I? Why do you keep looking down on Kathy's mom's neighborhood like that? I told you to watch what you say in front of Kathy, didn't I?
Oh, so your mom said things like this before, has she?
Why? Have I hurt your feelings? I'm not looking down on it. It's just that there is a difference like that, and I'm just saying what I've seen, that's all. I'm not just talking about your mom's neighborhood in particular either. There are farms and fields on the outskirts of the city as well.
Mom, to be honest, I think that you're being a bit short-sighted. Don't just stay in the city all the time. Get out and have a look around the suburbs, another city, the countryside. Of course, your neighborhood is really nice and convenient, but there are also a lot of other places that are just as good, even if for different reasons. Some of those places have infrastructure and facilities that are just as good, if not better, you know?
Some places might do, yes. All of the popular places open in the city first and then slowly make their way to other places anyway. What is your evidence to back any of this up? I'll say this one more time. I'm not looking down on your mom's neighborhood. I'm just telling the truth. Would you be saying any of that if you lived in the suburbs? What is so good about living in the city anyway? When you were little, the city that you lived in probably had farms and fields like the countryside does now. I really don't understand why you're always going on about the city being good versus anywhere else being backward like you do. Well, if you're going to talk about the past, there'll be no end to this. The city developed quicker because it's the capital, didn't it? When I was little, only poor people lived in the countryside. Ask your mom about it sometime. I bet she only kept on living there for as long as she has because she missed her chance to move to the city for work when she was younger. You really are talking a load of rubbish, aren't you? You told me that Gran and Granddad had a plot of land here and so luckily became locals. And Mom, don't act so uneducated and just stay quiet for a minute, please.
What? Uneducated? Do you think that's how you should speak to your mother?
Well, do you think you should be saying what you did so shamelessly in front of your daughter-in-law who you know grew up in the countryside? Look at Kathy's face. She's so shocked at your carry-on that she can't even speak.
I didn't do my utmost to bring you up well to hear this from you. So now that you're married and have left home, you're taking your wife's side over mine. I don't know why you're trying to protect her from the truth either. I just said that the city is best, because it is, and compared it slightly with the countryside, and I get insulted like this by you. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm so upset that I've gone off the idea of shopping now. I'm going to go home.
Fine. Let's just go our separate ways from here.
What? You aren't even planning to give me a lift home. What do you mean, fine, let's go our separate ways? How am I going to get home?
Mom, weren't you just saying how convenient public transport is in your beloved city? You said that there were loads of buses that come super regularly and a subway going right to your house, didn't you? Why don't you get that bus home then? You could take a tour around your precious city while you're at it.
Dave, I can't believe you! You're being so rude to me! Your own mother!
Kathy, can't you say something? Are you really not going to give me a lift home because I hurt your feelings? Do you think it's okay for you to tell an old lady to go and get the bus just because you feel like it and can't be bothered to go out of your way to drive her home like a decent human being would? Really?
I don't think that what Dave said was wrong. To be honest, it'd be quicker for you to take the subway home than for us to drive you. You know how traffic is on weekends between here and your house. I think you should get the subway. It'll be easier and quicker for all of us. We have another appointment to get to after this, so I think that going our separate ways from here would be the easiest for everyone.
Another appointment? You're just making it up because you don't want to give me a lift home, aren't you?
No, we aren't making things up. Mom is moving to our neighborhood, so we've arranged to go and look at some apartments with her this afternoon, you see. She'll be arriving at the train station in about 30 minutes, so if we leave now, we'll be just in time.
Your mom? Moving to the city?
Yes, to our neighborhood.
What? She's moving to your neighborhood.
Why are you laughing?
Your mom really is dreaming big, isn't she? I guess the house prices are so low where she is that she thinks they'll be similar in the city as well. Your neighborhood is really expensive, isn't it? I think it's one of the most expensive areas in the city, being relatively new and all. You two even took out a loan because you couldn't afford to buy a house there.
Yes, she's moving to our neighborhood. And yes, she knows roughly how much it'll cost, too.
Where did she look at the prices? Even if she sells her house, she won't be able to even find a tiny little place in the city. Even though she'll be living on her own, she can't go living in a tiny little single-room place now, can she? It would be so stuffy and uncomfortable after living in a house like she is now.
Well, where she wants to live is my mom's decision. You do not need to worry whether or not my mom will find her new place small or stuffy, or whether she has the money to move to the city either. My mom's the person who is going to be living there, so she's the one who should be able to choose where she wants to live.
I just feel a bit sorry for her, that's all. I don't know if she'll be able to afford a decent place. Well, one that isn't in a poor area, anyway. Maybe it would just be better for her if she stayed where she was. I don't know why she wants to put herself through moving all the way up here to a tiny little place at her age. No matter how good the city is, what's the point of living here if you have to live life like a beggar?
A beggar? Mom, how could you say such a thing? Do you think that if someone comes from the countryside, not the city, they should be looked down on? Dave only told you to stop it just before, but you're saying the same thing again, as bold as brass, and you're insulting my mom in the process. You've gone too far this time. How dare you call my mom a beggar? You have no idea about who she is or how much money she has, but you're making all of these ridiculous assumptions because you think the people who live in the countryside can't possibly have money or any sort of wealth at all. Well, you're wrong. Bold as brass? Is that any way to speak to your mother-in-law? How dare you?
Kathy, let's just go. There's no point in arguing with her. She won't listen anyway.
Where on earth do you two think you are going? I haven't finished yet. Dave, how can you treat your mother like this? Get back here! I said I haven't finished what I was talking about. I let a country girl into my family and look what happens. She's ruining my perfect son. Oh, they make me so mad.
Oh, I wonder why Jenny is suddenly calling me. Hello?
Hello, Sue. It's me, Jenny. How have you been?
Hi, Jenny. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Is something the matter? Why have you suddenly called me like this?
Oh, I heard from Dave and Kathy that you were moving to the city, and I was just wondering how it was going. That's all. Have you moved up here?
Yes, I have. I got interior decorators in to spruce the place up a bit, and finally moved up here about 1.5 months ago.
Oh, did you? I see. I wonder why Dave and Kathy didn't tell me that you were living up here now. Still, seeing as you are living near me now, you should have at least called and invited me over for coffee or something, shouldn't you?
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I've been so busy unpacking and getting myself settled in that I didn't realize how much time had passed, to tell you the truth. I have been so busy I didn't have time to meet you. I'm sorry. I can't believe that a whole month has gone by already. When you have some free time, why don't we go for coffee or something?
That sounds great. Seeing as you can't know your way around here very well yet, I'll go and meet you in your neighborhood. What do you think? Where did you end up moving to in the end?
Oh, there's a few houses near Dave and Kathy's apartment. Do you know the ones I mean? Well, I moved into one of those.
Pardon? Do you mean the Royal Duke Housing Complex?
Yes, that's right. Do you know where it is?
Of course I do. The houses there are so nice that they sometimes use them for filming, and apparently a few famous people live there as well.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. The estate agent told me that it was a very comfortable place to live. I thought he was just trying to sell the house to me, but if you say it's a good place to live, then it must be. I was planning to move into an apartment to start with, you know. But then when I saw them, I didn't think I'd like to live crammed in with so many other people like that, so I started looking for something a bit different. Dave and Kathy said that there were houses with gardens not far from their place, so we came to have a look, you see. It's a house like I'm used to, but it has maintenance workers and things like that, so it's a lot easier to look after. That's why I decided to live here in the end.
Oh, I see. That sounds like it was the best place for you. Well, it's linked directly to the subway, and that neighborhood is famous for its house value not decreasing, so it will be a good investment as well. I think you made a very good choice.
Why do you suddenly sound a bit depressed or something? Is something the matter?
No, everything's fine. I think I'm getting a bit of a sore throat from all this talking, that's all. Anyway, I'll come to meet you in your neighborhood soon. It'll be nice to see you again.
Sure, that sounds good. Let me know when you have some free time.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
I don't believe it. Looking at the house prices there, they cost about $2 million. That means that Sue must have had $2 million to buy that place. If she got the decorators in, she must have bought it. You don't pay for interior designers in a place you're only renting, do you? How did she have that much money? If she had $2 million, surely Dave and Kathy wouldn't have needed to take out a loan to buy their place. This is getting stranger and stranger. The kids didn't lend her any money to help her out, did they?
I wonder if they did. I'm going to find out what's going on. Have you only just finished work now? You're very late today, aren't you?
Oh, Jenny, what are you doing here?
Well, I haven't been able to contact either of you recently, so I came to see you, of course. Long time no see. How do you make Dave his dinner when you finish as late as this?
The person who gets home first makes the dinner. We find that works out best for us. If one of us happens to be really late, we just sort dinner out separately by ourselves. You didn't come all the way over here to tell me I should be getting Dave's dinner, did you?
No, that isn't why I came. I haven't heard from either of you since we went shopping together that time, so I was just wondering what the two of you had been up to. That's all. No matter how bad I made you feel, you shouldn't hold a grudge against your mother-in-law for this long. Should an old lady like me really have to come and search for you like this? Even though you are a country girl, you don't have to be so narrow-minded.
Are you talking about the countryside again, Mom? This is why Dave and I don't want to go and see you. I don't want to act in the same way as you do, so I really shouldn't be saying this, but people like you are why city folk have a bad name.
There you are, glaring at me like that again. A bad name. Still, I'd rather be from the city than a country bum like you.
I better be off. Take care.
Stay where you are. Where do you think you're going?
Jenny, what are you doing? If you have something to say, don't grab me like that and just say it.
I heard that your mom had moved up here.
How do you know that?
Well, I called her a week ago, if you really must know. You two told me that she was moving to the city, but I hadn't heard anything else about it, and I was really curious as to where she'd got her new place, you see. She said she'd moved to the Royal Duke housing complex. Is that true? Or was she just too embarrassed to tell me where she was really living, so said that she was living there instead to fool me?
Why would she want to hide where she was living? And what would be the point in trying to fool you? She'd know that you were bound to find out where she was living in the end. Why wouldn't you?
What? You mean that she was telling the truth and she really bought a house there? Did she really get it renovated as well?
Yes, she did. You seem to know all about it already. I don't understand why you waited for me outside of my workplace to ask me questions that you obviously already know the answer to. The person who lived there before didn't look after the house very well, so she called the interior decorators in before she moved in and paid them $100,000 to sort it all out for her. Have I answered all of your questions now?
$100,000, you say? That is a lot of money!
Yes, it is. I don't think you need to talk about how my mom could only afford to live in the poor area anymore like a beggar, do you? She can now walk to the department store, and she even goes for walks in the Olympic Park, you see.
I don't believe you. How does your mom have enough money to buy a house somewhere like that? Even if I wanted to move to your neighborhood, I couldn't because not even I can afford to live there.
I don't know why I need to tell you about my mom's financial situation. She didn't do anything illegal or bad to get the money, so you don't have to worry. And she didn't take out a loan either, if you must know. The house was paid for upfront in cash.
She didn't even take out a loan. You mean to say that she has that much money just lying around? That's really strange. You two didn't lend her money to help her out, did you? Dave didn't take out a loan to help out your mom, did he?
Because of the rising interest rates, we're putting off having a baby and are both working all the hours God sends to pay off the loan that we already have. Why on earth would we take out another one?
I really just can't believe it. You're saying that your mom bought a house on that complex and did it up completely on her own. With her own money. She doesn't look rich.
And what do rich people look like then?
Well, they drive expensive cars and have designer goods for a start. And they definitely don't live in the countryside.
Mom, these days rich people don't show off their wealth like that, you know? On the contrary, they save their money and live frugally. And you're still going on about the countryside. I told you just a minute ago, this is the reason why we haven't visited you or even contacted you for the last 3 months. How do you still not understand that? You're saying that you think that you look rich, do you?
How dare you talk to me like this? Do you want to fight? Is that it? You haven't seen me for ages, and you're stood there making ludicrous statements to me. Your mother-in-law, like that. Even if I'm not rich, my parents had a place in the city and I have enough money to live comfortably even if I don't work. These days, people are jealous of even what I have. It makes me middle class, you see.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that could be true in your eyes, but it definitely isn't in mine. You're just stuck in the old way of thinking that the city is the best and looking down on anyone and everyone who happens to come from somewhere different. I am not jealous of you at all, and definitely don't want to be like you. You showed me what you were really made of the other day, and since then, I felt really disappointed in you. I wanted to be the kind of warm, affectionate daughter-in-law to you like Dave is to my mom. But since I heard you looking down on country people, including my own mom, I have no inclination at all to be a good daughter-in-law to you anymore. You know that I'm from the countryside too. Didn't you realize that you talking like that would make me feel bad? If you'd thought even a little bit before you spoke, those words would have never even left your lips. If you want to keep seeing us from now on, I suggest you watch what you're saying. Don't make people feel bad with what you say. I'm going to go home now. I thought that in 6 months you'd have had a chance to think about what you did wrong and at least try to change, but no, you're still exactly the same. I'm too tired to listen to any more of your nonsense.
You're just going to leave like this again. You really don't want to see me anymore? Well, even if you don't want to see me, you better send my Dave. Don't make it impossible for my perfect son to see his mom. Are you listening to me? Huh? Oh, it looks like going to find Kathy like that at her workplace did the trick. Hello, Dave? What is my precious son doing calling me at this time?
Mom, did you go to Kathy's workplace and wait for her to finish work tonight?
Oh, Kathy is funny. She went running to you telling tales on her nasty mother-in-law, did she?
If you were going to go hunting down one of us, surely it should have been me. Why did you go looking for Kathy like that? You had something that you wanted to say to me, didn't you?
I was just trying to make Kathy behave a bit more politely. That's all. She has very bad manners, you know. You could get annoyed with me because I made you feel bad, because you are my son. But her? How can you be a daughter-in-law and not care how your mother-in-law is or not take any notice of her at all, even? At this rate, you wouldn't even know if I was alive or dead.
This is exactly why she doesn't want to talk to you. Don't you see? And how can you possibly say that she has bad manners after the way you spoke to her? Do you think you'd just keep quiet if you were about to die? You went running to see what was going on as soon as we even mentioned Kathy's mom moving to the city. If you were ill or something, I'm sure you'd let the whole world know what was happening.
Oh, how can you talk to me like that? Did Kathy tell you to say that? She did, didn't she? Why are you being like this to me? I'm your one and only mom. How can you treat me like this?
Stop acting, Mom. I only called you because I want you to apologize for how you acted at the department store that time, and for waiting outside Kathy's workplace and making her feel bad like you did.
If someone needs to apologize, it should be Kathy to me. Why should I apologize to her? Do you know what she said to me? She was calling me all the names under the sun for coming from the city. Really slagging me off, she was. How could I possibly not have lost my temper with her?
This is what I told you before, didn't I? If you talk to people like that, they won't like it and you'll be blamed for it.
I didn't say anything that isn't true. I don't know why Kathy, and especially you, my own son, are acting like this towards me. I really don't. You're really hurting me, you are.
Fine. If you aren't going to apologize, you can just live like this. If this is hurting you, how do you think Kathy felt after what you said about her and her mom? I'm going now. Bye.
Hey! Dave! Are you going to hang up and block my number again? Wait! Fine. I'll apologize. I can just apologize to Kathy and this whole mess will be over, right? Well, you'd better do it properly, so that Kathy can feel that you're sincere. If anything like this ever happens again, I'm going to stop contacting you. Do you understand? I understand. Kathy's mom lives in the city now, so I have no reason to even mention the countryside anymore anyway, do I? I won't ever have to set foot in that poor man's land again. You're doing it again! Poor man's land? What is wrong with you? You just said it without even thinking! Don't just apologize straight away. I think you need to think for a few days about what it is that you've done wrong so you know what you should be apologizing for and you can do it properly. If you don't apologize sincerely, we aren't going to accept it. He's so rude! He hung up suddenly without listening to what I have to say. It's like he's my master or something. How dare he order his mother around like that and just leave or hang up the phone whenever he feels like it? Dave doesn't even care about me now that Kathy's mom is rich and looks after him. They're the ones who are looking down on me for not having as much money as Kathy's mom. Why are they always turning it around on me? Oh, how did you know to invite me to a place like this, Sue? You really do have a great taste, you know. The coffee is delicious as well. It's not easy to find a coffee shop that sells good drip coffee anymore either. Oh, really? I'm glad that it is to your taste. Recently, I stop in here for my daily coffee on the way back from exercising, you see. It's my daily pleasure coming in here. What kind of exercise do you do? Well, a long time ago, before my husband died, we used to play golf together. But that is not much fun to do on my own, so I go swimming. I also go to aqua aerobics. That is really gentle on your joints, so it's a really good choice for people of our age, you know. Oh, really? They have that right in the pool at the sports center right in front of your housing complex, don't they? Yes, that's right. It's really nice being able to just walk to places like the department store, sports center, and really great coffee shops like this, you know. It is, isn't it? That's why. Anyway, could I learn to swim there too? I'm like a rock, you see, so I've never even dreamed of learning to swim. But hearing that you swim and how good it is for you, I think I'd quite like to try. Well, I'd love to go with you. But isn't this really far from your house? I think it'd be a lot more comfortable and easier for you to go to a pool near your house, you know? That's true. But wouldn't it be more fun if the two of us did it together? What? You don't want me to go with you? Of course I do. I just thought that it would be hard for you to travel all that way all the time. That's all. You're welcome to come with me, if that's what you want to do. I need to go and renew my membership anyway. Why don't you come with me to register? That sounds great. Let's go and do it right away. There's no time like the present. I can't wait to try aqua aerobics. It sounds like so much fun. I'm going to humor her for a while and see if I can find out where she got all that money from. Right, today is Class A's first lesson. There seems to be a lot of you here that signed up to the last set of classes too, so I can see lots of familiar faces among you. Thanks for registering for my class again. Oh, there's someone new here as well. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you too. Welcome to my class. Is this your first swimming class by any chance? Yes, I can't swim, you see. I was told that I could sign up for this class even though I don't know how to swim. So that's why I'm here today. That's correct. Well done. While doing this class, you should get more and more used to being in the water. It might be a good opportunity to start swimming classes as well when you get used to being in the water. Classes like this one are a good way to gently get you used to being in the water before you start proper swimming lessons, you see. That sounds good. Thank you. I see you know Sue, who has been coming to this class for a while now. Do you live around here by any chance? No, I don't. I live on the other side of town, really.
Oh, really? That must be a long way to come for this class.
I wanted to exercise with someone I know, so I decided to come here rather than go to a pool closer to my house, you see. It's only once a week, so I don't think it'll be too difficult to make the trip over here. And a lot more fun than taking classes on my own as well.
Oh, she lives on the cheap side of town. She hasn't even said exactly where she's from. Embarrassed, I expect. She's using her friend as an excuse to come here and use our facilities as they're so much better than the ones in her neighborhood.
Excuse me? Are you talking to me? The city is the city, surely. It doesn't matter which part you live in. Do you think we don't have sports centers like this in my neighborhood? Well, you'd be wrong. Thinking about it, what you just said is quite disgusting. I don't care if we're supposed to be exercising or whatever. Do you want to fight? Jenny? Pardon? I guess you're a bit nervous because this is your first class. Let's get on with the lesson now. Right, so we're going to start with some simple stretching. Please copy what I'm doing slowly and carefully.
That woman is looking really lost here. Did she think no one would realize that she was from the poor side of the city? Look at her. I haven't had so much fun in ages. I've been so bored, but this is amazing. I'm going to have a great time laughing at that woman if she keeps on coming here.
Hey! I can hear every word you're saying, you know! How dare you be so rude to me? The poor side of the city? I'll give you the poor side of the city. You'll see. Sue, would you like to try this on? Oh, what is it? I didn't have a swimming cap that I liked, so I went to the department store to get a new one. And I thought of you, so I got you one as well. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to get me one, though. It's a very pretty color. Thank you so much.
Oh, hi, Sue.
What? Does Sue know that horrible woman? I hadn't seen her at the class for a while and was really pleased about it. What's she doing talking to Sue? Oh, hello again. I haven't seen you at class for a long time.
Oh, no. We took a long trip to Bali, you see. I got a bit sunburned, didn't I? I took the aqua aerobics classes there, too, and the pool was outside, so I guess I stayed in the sun for a bit too long.
Well, it's good that you're enjoying yourself like that while you're still young. I'm over 70 now, and I think that if I went on a vacation abroad, I'd just be busy resting. There'd be no exercise or anything for me.
You take good care of yourself, and you're still so beautiful. You definitely don't look over 70. Anyway, I was a bit curious last time, too, but are the two of you in-laws?
Yes, we are. My daughter married her son, you see. We didn't meet very often in the beginning because we lived pretty far away from each other, but I recently moved to the city, so now we meet quite a lot more and exercise together as well.
Oh, I see. You must be really kind and generous. If I was you, I would have got my daughter to marry someone whose family were of a similar level to myself, not someone who lives on the other side of town like that. The difference in house prices between here and there is just so different.
Excuse me? The two of them married because they love each other. What's class or level got to do with anything?
Sue, you don't have to be so coy with us. Everyone here knows it, even if they don't like to admit it. People who live in this neighborhood, like us, are nearly all people who have earned a lot of money and are rich, aren't they? To be honest, even though they've got rid of the class society, as it were, you can't help but see the differences in house prices and how people look and act. Houses here must cost at least 3 or 4 times of what they cost on the other side of town. Why do you think that your friend wants to come all the way here to exercise? The whole quality of the facilities and the classes are different here than they are in poor areas like that. Don't you agree?
I never thought this of you, but I can't believe you think these things. We're all just people. What does it matter if some of us have more money than others? Is it really something that you should be making a huge deal of like this? Having a bit more or a bit less money doesn't make you a better or worse person. And I don't think you should be bragging like this just because you were maybe a bit more lucky than someone else was. The poor side of town. What must you all have thought of me when I first came here, having lived in the countryside and all? I bet you were all gossiping no end behind my back, weren't you? Oh, look at the poor countrywoman. How could she possibly afford to live in a place like this? Where did she get her money from? I bet you were all having a great time. I didn't even live in the city. Surely that's a lot worse to you all than living on the poor side of town, even.
But still, you lived in a house, don't you? Even if you did live in the countryside, having an actual house there is a different story. Houses will always be a lot more expensive, you see. I guess where you live makes a bit of a difference, but the most important thing from where I'm standing is the house prices. So don't feel bad about what I was saying before, will you? I've run a money lending business before, so when I see different prices, I can't help but think like that.
Well, you should keep those thoughts to yourself then, shouldn't you? I can't believe that you could be so rude as to talk about things like this to the person's face.
Why are you being so serious? I only told the truth. There was nothing wrong in what I said at all. Why don't you tell us? Aren't you embarrassed about living on the poor side of town?
What is there to be embarrassed about? It's still more expensive than a lot of other places in this country, being the capital city and all.
Oh, really? Which apartment complex do you live in then?
Why do I have to tell you which apartment complex I live in? Are you going to come and visit? Or send me gifts or something?
Well, I was just going to see how much they sell for there. That's all.
I can't believe you. I really can't. I don't even know you. Why should I tell you anything about where I live or how much money I have?
Oh, you're so funny. Look at her avoiding questions. See, you are embarrassed, aren't you? Most people who live somewhere that they can be proud of are always dropping the name of their apartment into conversation on purpose. It's like they want to actively boast about where they live to anyone who'll listen. Except Sue, it seems. If I hadn't met her in the housing complex, I'd have been sure that she lived somewhere else. The funny thing is, those people who are a bit embarrassed about where they live are reluctant to let people know where it is. Just like you are now.
Well, I want to say that you're wrong, but at least some of what you're saying is true, so there's nothing I can say. It's true that my place is a lot cheaper than that of the other people that are exercising here, you see. That's a fact. I don't understand how you can look down like this on someone you don't even know, though. Just because you have a lot of money, does that mean that you can do and say what you like?
Sue, if you're bored, I'll introduce you to some meetings and clubs that are around here. It'd be good to get information about property, auctions, investment, things like that, and get close to people that are in the know about those kind of things as well. Even if she is your daughter's mother-in-law, there are other people that it would benefit you more to get close to. If you hang around with poor people all the time, you'll end up with the same inferiority complex that they have, you see.
I'm good, thanks. I don't see why you have such a superiority complex just because you've earned a bit of money. I can get by just fine on my own without mixing and sharing information with the likes of you. Inferiority complex. Honestly. I don't want to be associated with people like you anymore, so don't talk to me, okay?
I was only trying to help because I wanted all of us to get on well together. And look how she repays my kindness. It must be because she's lived in the countryside for so long. Living in a place like that, what difference does money make? She'll never be able to get rid of that country bum air that follows her around. I guess we'd all better find a different place to exercise and quit here. The water suddenly doesn't seem very clean. I'm sure there's a much better place with better quality water, and members for that matter, somewhere nearby.
Sue, are you there? Oh, you two have got here already, have you? Thanks for coming so quickly. Come in. The reason that I wanted the two of you to come as quickly as you could was because of your mom, Dave. She's in that room over there, crying endlessly. She's been there for hours now. No matter what I say, all she can say to me is that she's sorry, so I didn't know what else to do. I thought that maybe one of you would know what's going on or be able to help.
Mom's here. How does she know where you lived? She hasn't been pestering you about how you could afford a house like this or anything, has she?
No. After I moved in here, I'm not exactly sure why, but your mom started being really kind to me. So we started having coffee together occasionally, and recently we've been exercising together as well.
Exercising?
Yes. I told her I exercised, so she asked what kind of exercise I did, and asked if we could do it together. So we've been going to the local pool to do aqua aerobics once a week. Anyway, there was this awful woman there who said that your mom was from the poor side of town and really started being mean and properly looking down on her. I think your mom was really shocked and upset by what that awful woman said. I stuck up for her and made the woman stop in the end, but it all must have made her feel really bad. I mean, it would make anyone feel bad, wouldn't it? That's why I called the two of you to come over anyway.
Are you saying that the other people at the pool were looking down on my mom because of where she lives?
Yes, I am. The lady had a total lack of common sense. I've been in the same class as her for a while now, and thought she was an okay person. But she was being so rude and talking like we were in a different century or something. She was judging people based on the value of their house or how much money they had. It's making me mad again just thinking about it. Your mom's face went so red, and she just stood there silently while that awful woman was going on about her living on the poor side of town, and how she wasn't saying what apartment she lived in because she was embarrassed about it. She even went on to say that people like us shouldn't mix with poor people like your mom because their inferiority complex would rub off on us. A lot of rubbish, if you ask me. I ended up telling her to keep those kinds of opinions to herself and to not talk to me again. Anyway, Dave, you'd better go in and try to calm your mom down. As I said before, she's been crying for hours now.
Mom's probably a bit angry, yes, but I think she'll be more embarrassed if you ask me.
Embarrassed? What has she got to be embarrassed about? Because of what that horrible woman said to her. Why should she even listen to what someone like that has to say? It was all just totally ridiculous, to tell the truth. I don't see what's wrong with living where your mom does. It's a perfectly nice area, isn't it?
It is. I agree that your way of thinking is correct. But to be honest, my mom has said some things before that seem to be quite similar to what that lady said to her. I think she just feels so bad because it's a case of you reap what you sow. She's had a taste of her own medicine, as it were.
Oh. Jenny, have you managed to calm down a bit now? Why don't you drink this? It's lavender tea. It should make you feel a bit better. Thank you, Sue. I don't deserve you being kind to me like this. What do you mean? You don't believe that what that awful woman was saying to be true, do you? I think that some of what she said was right and some wasn't. Now I've had someone say those kinds of things to me, I finally realized how hurtful it is. The contempt in her eyes and the way she was belittling me hurt a lot and made me feel really small. Sue, I think I need to tell you something. Before you moved to the city, I looked down on you because you lived in the countryside. When Tom died and I went to your town for the funeral, I found that you lived just so far away from here, and the town seemed derelict and somewhat backwards compared to the city. So I said in front of Kathy and Dave that my neighborhood was so much better, while speaking really badly of your neighborhood. Acting like this made Kathy and Dave stop speaking to me for quite a long time, which is why I didn't know you had moved and ended up calling you directly like I did. Excuse me? You spoke like that about where I used to live. Even when you moved to the city, I couldn't believe where you had bought your house, and was really curious about how you could possibly have got the money to buy somewhere like this when you'd come from the countryside. So that's why I started meeting you for coffee and exercising with you, to try and find out how you got all that money. I thought that when I found out, I could copy you and make that kind of money for myself, you see. I'm sorry that I thought badly of you and met you under false pretenses. Today, when that woman was looking down on me and belittling me. You stood up for me when I had spoken similarly about you in front of your own daughter, nonetheless. I really don't know what I can say to you to make this right. I can't even speak badly of the woman we met today, because I have done exactly the same. I have said the same things about you and others that she said about me. I never even thought that someone who was better off than me could say the same about me and about where I live, and just somehow expected everyone to be below me, as it goes. I was wrong, and I was very rude about you and Kathy especially. I'm really, really sorry for what I said. I'm sorry too. Kathy was really hurt by what my mom said, you know. It's my fault. I take full responsibility for Kathy being hurt like that. I should have protected her and stopped my mom from saying those things. Stand up properly, both of you. Why do you both have your heads bowed so low? You'll end up falling over if you aren't careful. I can't bear to look at you after what I have done. You must feel really disappointed in me. Yes, I am disappointed. How could you possibly say something like that when I did my best to defend you today? If you wanted to say things like that, you should have said them directly to me. I was the one those hurtful words were aimed at after all. Why did you feel the need to talk about me and where I lived in front of Dave and Kathy like that? I'm so sorry. Not to me. I only came to realize what you had said just now. It must have been so hard for Dave and Kathy, fighting with you all this time. I think it's them that deserve an apology, not me. I think you're right, especially Kathy. When neither of them would answer my calls, I even waited for her to finish work and said some horrible things to her. Kathy, I'm really sorry. Last time I only apologized because Dave said that if I didn't, he was going to cut contact with me. But this time I really mean it. You might think that these are crocodile tears, but I'm begging for your forgiveness. I'm sorry to you too, Dave. I now know that you weren't protecting Kathy from the truth or taking her side over mine, but you were protecting her from your useless, foul-mouthed mom. I'm really sorry for acting that way. I won't do it again. I promise.
From that day on, my mother-in-law continued to beg us for forgiveness for her previous actions. I guess her getting a taste of her own medicine worked, as she started to be more careful and also started to think before she spoke. We were able to go back to having a normal relationship with her. To be honest, we never expected that she would be able to change like this, so this sudden change in her speech and behavior was quite bewildering. We'll have to see how it goes in the future. But for now, she is regularly meeting my mom for coffee, they exercise together every week, and have ended up becoming quite close friends. I actually feel quite grateful to my mother-in-law for taking my mom under her wing like she has. Apparently, the two of them are planning a trip abroad together this year. Who would have thought it? Although they haven't shown it to us, their children, their husbands passing away at a relatively young age as they did must have been really difficult and lonely for both of them. So it is nice to see the two of them becoming closer and helping each other out. Thank you for listening to my long story. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.